Jake was a normal kid with a great family, which had always been together and never had many problems of any sort. One day, on a Saturday morning, his parents went to see Jake play soccer for a local college game. Everything was fine and his team won the game, but his mom started to feel sick halfway through the game and started to cough a lot. Jake's dad dismissed the idea that it was anything serious. That same night, Jake's dad woke up to his wife hyperventilating and therefore immediately rushed to the hospital nearby. Doctors at the hospital didn't know exactly what she had and simply diagnosed her with an unknown disease that she had likely been developing for many years and just recently began presenting the symptoms.
Jake wasn't aware of what happened that night. He was asleep and his parents didn't wake him up. It wasn't out of the ordinary that he would wake and everyone else would be asleep since his classes were early and he drove himself to school. Only until he realized his car was missing did he know something was wrong. His dad last night didn't realize he took Jake's car. His dad was panicking and it was pitch black. Jake called his mom, but she did not answer. He assumed something was weird, so he called his dad and therefore explained everything. His dad told him to take his car to school and to not worry because his mom was going to be fine. She wasn't. Jake's dad had already been informed that his wife was going to die very soon. The disease had already spread too much throughout her body and nothing could be done.
After his mom died, he felt guilty for no reason. Probably just because he didn't even know what to feel and just want to feel anything. It was something he had never felt before. Many of his friends and teammates knew he was struggling and always offered to help him, to try and make him get over his loss. They tried all they could, but the only thing Jake would do was turn around and walk away, simply ignoring them. He forgot about his social life, his soccer team, and he wasn't the same. He started to be angry all the time. He started to do things he hadn't ever done before, treating everyone like never before. Also, their relationship with his dad started to fall apart. He couldn't think, he couldn't stop thinking about his father lied to him. His dad had visited his mom bi- minutes before she passed away. If he would have known, he could have at least driven to the hospital and said his final goodbyes.
A couple of weeks later, his depression grew a lot. He was beginning to go down a bad road. He and his mom were extremely close. These feelings seemingly came out of nowhere. They were just there. His father was realizing that Jake was throwing his life into the trash. He also felt guilty in some ways because he lied to him. He tried all he could, trying to make Jake go out and do things like going bowling, going to the park, restaurants, movies, and other activities. But none of these helped at all. Jake didn't want to do anything. He simply wanted someone to love him like his mom. The anger had built up so much that even the tiniest things made him explode. And when his dad came to him again, he blew up like a massive bomb. Jake finally confronted his father about the lies and argued that if he would have known his mom was about to die, he could have said his last goodbyes. The arguing escalated, so much that Jake and his dad began to wrestle and beat each other in the living room. They were both tired and wounded. Jake's dad was saying he would call the cops if he didn't leave forever. So he did.
Jake left his home. He didn't need anyone and wanted to reset his life forever. He lived on the street. He began searching for a job, but no one wanted to hire him, since nobody was interested in a homeless guy until he met a woman named Kelly. She was a very nice woman and manager at the McDonald's, and saw he was doing too well. Hence, she offered him a job as long as he cut his hair and came in seemingly well. He started work hard. They formed a great relationship, and Jake was always thankful for her reactions.
Jake and Karen became great friends. Her actions inspired him to begin his life again. Time passed, and so he started to get better mentally and emotionally. The weeks and years went by, and he got back on his feet, off the streets, and eventually left his job at McDonald's to get a better one. After a very rough time in his life, he finally was happy once more. He hasn't seen his father since. He thinks about him and simply wishes he is doing better.